Mccain surge and Obama backlash. With us now, Fox News contributor who's laughing, Howard Wolfson, Hillary Clinton's former communications director. Now, Howard, let's look at Obama's campaign's latest strategy to portray John McCain as he's out of touch with middle America. Let's look at this ad.
I don't believe we're headed into a recession.
Well, I think we're absolutely in a recession.
I sometimes struggle just to get the essentials, you know, the milk, the bread, the eggs.
There's been great progress economically.
The economy's in a rut.
We have had a pretty good, prosperous time with low unemployment.
The way the economy is, it is the bleakest of times. I'm worried. I'm really worried.
I'm Barack Obama, and I approve this message.
Now, that's pretty clever, I thought. However, 9 points now, the public believes that John McCain is better at growing the economy, at handling economic crises in America. That's a major drop for Obama, who just last month was 4 points ahead. So what's happening here?
Well, I think it depends on what poll you're looking at. I think that's a good ad. It's an effective ad. I suspect it just went up. I don't think that people want to give another 4 years to George Bush economic policy, which is what John McCain would offer. Look, a couple of things have happened. Barack Obama took a well-deserved week away from the campaign trail. John McCain had the trail to himself. That was a good week for him. We had this crisis in Russia. Some people are still wondering about Barack Obama and foreign policy. I think he's going to make those doubts disappear, but he's going to have to do that at his convention. And then I think the Iraq war has receded somewhat from the news. People are tired of the Iraq war, but if it's not in the news, it doesn't help Barack Obama. It helps John McCain.
Well, why is he losing among liberals now? I mean, losing support. He's obviously still winning generally among liberals. He's dropped 12 points among self-described liberals in this poll. 12 points from 18 to 29-year-old voters. That is a major slip. I don't think it's just boogie boarding in Hawaii that's the problem. Clearly, that Berlin speech did not sit well with people back here. It did play well over in Europe. It did not sit well here, Howard, and I think that they're actually seeing that now, that you got to focus on growing this economy, our future, our security, and I think winning, the whole point of winning. That's a doom and gloom commercial, and I understand people are obviously hurting, but you know, how are we going to get out of this pessimism? I think that's the question.
Well, I agree that the question is how we grow the economy, and Barack Obama has a different set of answers than John McCain. Let's be clear. John McCain says, if you like what George Bush has done for the last 8 years in the economy, vote for me, you'll get more of the same.
Right, but he's not running. I mean, that whole Bush thing, I think, that's not working anymore.
Oh, I think it's very potent.
Tired of
I think it's, in fact, very potent because Barack Obama offers the change that people want in the economy. John McCain says more of the same. If you think that the Bush economic program has been successful, vote for me, you'll get more. Barack Obama says, no, we're going to do something different. I think that is a winning message for Barack Obama. It's a message that he's going to amplify at his convention in a major way, and I think ads like that are going to be very effective.
On what major issues is Barack Obama different from John Kerry, would you say?
I think Barack Obama stylistically is...
Or Al Gore. I'm just saying, what's the change here? What is the real change, ideologically?
The change is from George Bush. I mean, look, I'm one of those who very much wishes that Al Gore had been president. We'd be in a much better position today in this country and in the world. So he doesn't need to be...
Wouldn't have had 9/11.
He doesn't need to be radical. No, but we wouldn't have gone to a war in Iraq that we didn't need to wage had Al Gore been.
Transforming, perhaps, the Middle East. But that's another debate, Howard. But go ahead.
So I don't think he needs to be different from Al Gore. I think he needs to be different from George Bush, and he's very different from George Bush. And John McCain's problem is that he's not at all different from George Bush.
Did you think he performed well at the Saddleback Forum? I mean, brutally honest here. Did you think Barack Obama performed well?
I think he performed well. I think John McCain performed very well. And I think expectations were low for McCain. This is not necessarily a group that he has connected with in the past, so I think some people were surprised at how well he performed. Look, I've seen Barack Obama in 21 different debates. He is very good on stage. He's going to have a great convention, and I think he's going to come out of his convention with a bump.
Do you think there's a concern, and it's stated by some columnists, some analysts now, that there was an overexposure problem with Obama, that expectations have been built up and built up, and we're going to change the world? I mean, Nancy Pelosi, he's our savior. I mean, all this kind of stuff. Was that a mistake in retrospect?
Here's what I see. I see what happens every 4 years, which is Democrats are wringing their hands and worrying about the campaign, and oh my goodness, the sky is falling in. And you know what? The team running the Obama campaign are very good. They beat Hillary Clinton. They beat a good field. They raised a lot of money. This guy knows what he's doing. He's a great candidate. They've got a very good campaign. I've got a lot of trust in them.
Is he going to text message the vice presidential pick? Is that still the plan?
Absolutely.
Oh man, that's all the young people. The numbers are going to surge among young people for that.
Keep your phone on vibrate at all times. It could happen at any
I'm
moment.
on speed dial with them. Howard, we appreciate it. Thanks so much.